Good evening and welcome to Jamestown for this evening's matchup between the Batavia Muckdogs and the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Austin Mendes joined in the booth here with Jared Valentin, getting ready for this evening's matchup between these two teams. Both teams got rained out last evening as the Muckdogs were supposed to play at home against the Newark Pilots. And the Jamestown Tarp Skunks were in Geneva last. Teams get an unexpected day off as we get ready for things to get underway here in Jamestown. Taking a look at the West standings, the Muckdogs still hold their position in first place at a 13-4 record. The Auburn Doubledays are 10-6, 2.5 games back behind the Muckdogs. The Elmira Pioneers 11-8, 3 games behind the Muckdogs and a half game behind the Doubledays. The Tarp Skunks 9-9 on the season so far, 4.5 games back behind the Muckdogs, a game and a half behind Elmira, and 2 games back behind Auburn. Geneva 5-8 on the season, 6 games back behind the Batavia Muckdogs. Newark holding the 6th spot. Based off of winning percentage, they are 8 games back behind the Muckdogs, and the Niagara Falls Americans at 5-11 are 7.5 games back. They are currently in last place based off of winning percentage. Now, we'll get a word for the starting lineups.
Hi, I'm TJ Morris, the Batavia Muckdogs. I'm an outfielder here, and this is the starting lineup presented by Tompkins Bank.
Looking at the starting lineup for the Batavia Muckdogs, at shortstop is Lucas Lopez. Jake Butler right next to him on the left side of the infield at third base. Cooper Romick behind the dish for the Muckdogs, and Anthony Greco, the designated hitter this evening. Justin Austin, the extra hitter, with Sean Pope in left field. Trevor Dutra, the first baseman, with Caleb Walker at second base right next to him. TJ Morris behind Dutra and Walker in right field, with Travis Hammond patrolling center field. Garrett Brunstetter on the mound for Batavia this evening. Looking at the Tarp Skunks, Nigel Sebastianelli is at shortstop with Austin Matrenga right next to him in the middle infield. DJ Stojanovic is the designated hitter this evening with Bobby Stang, the first baseman. Kobe Jones in left field with Shaniel Maldonado as the extra hitter. Eli Harpinelli as the center fielder with Noah Brooks behind the dish. Steven Scarfone, the right fielder, with Connor Kiefer, the third baseman, and Sam Hough on the mound against the Tarp Skunks, a familiar pitcher for the Muckdogs. Now we'll send it down to the field as the PA announcer here in Jamestown will take it over. We're back in Jamestown as Sam Hough is warming up for the Tarp Skunks. Hough on the season in 19 2/3 innings pitched has allowed 16 hits, 6 earned runs, 10 walks, and 19 strikeouts, but his ERA stays low at 2.74. Hough, in his previous appearance against the Muckdogs, pitched for only 4 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 3 runs total, was recorded with the loss against Batavia in a 4-2 victory at Dwyer Stadium. He only gave up 3 hits, walked 2 Muckdogs, and struck out 2 of them. He's looking to change that here in Jamestown in front of his hometown crowd. Lucas Lopez will lead things off for the Muckdogs here in Jamestown. Lopez on the season batting .344 in 61 at-bats. He has 21 hits, with 6 of those 21 hits doubles and 1 of them a triple.
Lucas Lopez has been a consistent option for this Batavia Muckdogs squad. 3rd in the team in batting average and leading the squad in hits with 21.
Hough getting ready from the windup for his first pitch to Lopez. That one, a ball high. Hough, his next pitch upcoming to Lopez. That one grounded over to the shortstop, Sebastianelli. He bobbles it, picks it up, but Lopez will beat it out.
Batavia wasting no time getting the runners on base already. 1 at bat, and you got Lopez to first.
Next batter up is Jake Butler, the third baseman. That one. Another strike to Lopez. Not Lopez, Butler, I should say. Lopez leading off first. Hough, the pitch upcoming. That one high to Butler.
Jake Butler really turning things around this season, starting with that game against Geneva last week. Tallied 2 hits, 2 doubles on both of them, and batted 4 runners in to ignite a comeback for the Muckdogs at Dwyer. Batavia, after starting that game down 6-0, scored 8 runs in the bottom of the second, and from there never trailed.
Next one is a strike. Butler will strike out. That's the first out of the inning. Now Cooper Romick coming up to the plate. Romick on the season batting .385, tied for first on the team with James Bolton. Romick also leading the team in RBIs with 20. Next pitch from Hough. That one fouled off from Romick. No balls and 1 strike. Hough getting his pitch. Throws over where Lopez is in there safely.
Cooper Romick, one of the best players this Muckdog squad has to offer. 6th in the entire PGCBL in batting average.
Next pitch, another one high to Romick. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Hough gets his pitch. Lopez extending his lead a little bit over at first. Slide step, that one fouled off from Romick. Hough gets set for the 1-2 upcoming to the catcher of the Muckdogs. Hough set on the mound. Slide step pitch, Lopez leading off. There's another ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hough, his pitch there was a delayed attempt steal from Lopez at first base, but
Lopez thought about stealing the base there, and for a good reason. He's 4th in the entire league in stolen bases with 11, leading this Muckdogs squad. That's what he likes to do, sprint to the next bag once he's got a head start.
Romick walks, bringing up Anthony Greco, the designated hitter this evening, and the cleanup hitter for the Muckdogs. Only 1 out. Romick, nobody holding over at first base. Lopez has Sebastianelli right behind him. First pitch to Greco is a swing and a miss. One strike to Greco. Hough on the mound. Looking back over at Lopez. Next pitch. That one swung on and missed again from Greco. Down 0-2. Hough, the 0-2. That one low to Greco for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes. Justin Austin on deck for the Muckdogs. Here's the next pitch. That one high. Greco's check swing shows he did not go. Two balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch, that one fouled off.
Greco went 0 for 3 in his last game against Auburn. Trying to rebound in this one and starts his day with the 2-2 count.
Hough taking his time on the mound. There goes Lopez and Romick. That one's going out to right field. Still carrying. It falls down in right center. Lopez will score. Romick being waved around. Greco still going to third base. Romick scores and Greco is out. He didn't slide into the bag, so the third baseman for the Tarp Skunks, Kiefer, just tags him out. But Greco gets 2 RBIs on the double.
Lopez wasted no time running from second to third. All he needed to see was that the ball landed on the ground. He got to third in time, and as soon as he saw the Tarp Skunks in the outfield chasing after that ball, he sprinted to home plate, and put the first run on the board for Batavia, and joining him was Cooper Romick. So already 2 runners on base for Batavia. If you're Greco, you hate to get out at third, but at least you get 2 RBIs there.
1 ball to Justin Austin. Hough getting ready for the next pitch. That one inside to Austin, and now 2 balls and no strikes. Gets ready, the 2-0 pitch to Austin. That one sneaks onto the inside part of the plate for the first strike. 2-1 upcoming. That one popped up over to first base. Getting underneath it is Stang for the final out of the inning. The Anthony Greco 2 RBI doubles, scores 2 for Batavia, as the Tarp Skunks will get their chance to answer in the bottom half of the inning.
Dude, I'm just not fast enough. I can't get that.
Why don't you go grab a car from Pellegrino's Auto?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Pleasure doing business with you, sir. Here's the keys.
Thank you for the great deal.
Yes,
Have a great
sir.
day.
Thank you. You too.
Welcome back to Jamestown. It's Garrett Brunstetter with his first start of the season. The left-handed pitcher has 1 loss on the season in 8 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits, has a 10.12 ERA. He's had 11 walks this year, 7 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting 148 off of him. Brunstetter, typically a reliever for the Muckdogs, being tasked with starting against Jamestown this evening. When I talked to him before the game, he was stoked for the opportunity. Typically a starter at his college, the University of Missouri St. Louis. He'll go up against Sebastianelli to start things off. First pitch to Sebastianelli. That one in there for strike 1. Brunstetter starts his windup again. The lefty-lefty matchup. That one grounded over to the second baseman. Walker picks it up and an easy throw over to Dutra for the first out. Austin Matranga coming up for Jamestown next. Brunstetter takes a breath, gets ready and starts his lineup. Wind up against the next lefty in Jamestown's lineup. That one a ball inside and high. Brunstetter's next pitch, that one swung on and missed from Matranga. Matranga on the season batting .324 and 34 at-bats. That one a foul tip. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matranga. Brunstetter, next pitch upcoming. That one inside. That one fouled off of Brunstetter. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Matranga. Brunstetter starting his windup and the pitch. That one high and inside to Matranga, and now a full count in this lefty-lefty duel.
Brunstetter's had a few pitches so far that have almost hit Matranga in this at-bat. But Matranga on home plate, swinging at a lot of pitches, swinging at everything he's seeing, fouling most of them off. Nevertheless, he battles back, gets ball 4, and he's walked.
DJ Stojanovic up to the plate. First right-handed batter that Brunstetter will face this evening. Matranga a short lead over there at first base with a lefty on the mound. First pitch to Stojanovic is high and outside for the first ball. One ball and no strikes. Brunstetter lifts his leg and the pitch. That one high again. Two balls and no strikes. Matranga leading over there at first, leaning back. Brunstetter throws his third ball. Brunstetter, his pitch in there for the first strike, called on Stojanovic. Brunstetter's pitch high and outside, and he walks his second consecutive batter.
Not the best start for Brunstetter. And if he wants to change that, it's going to come up against one of the best hitters right now in the PGCBL. Bobby Stang was named the PGCBL West Division Hitter of the Week this week, and for good reason. He's led Jamestown over the last 7 days in RBIs with 6, hits with 9, and batting average, batting .529, one of 2 hitters for the Tarp Skunks to be batting over 500.
No balls and 1 strike. Brunstetter looking over at Matranga at second. Next one fouled off of the foot of Stang.
And with those 2 walks, Jamestown put Stang in a prime position to keep the bases occupied with runners and potentially bring home the runner at second, Austin Matranga.
Brunstetter's 0-2. That one a little high. One ball and 2 strikes. Brunstetter gets his pitch from Romick as he lines up on the outside part of the plate. Looking over at Matranga, the next pitch. That one a little too far outside. So Brunstetter resets with a 2-2 count against Stang. Here's the pitch. That one grounded foul into the dugout of the Tarp Skunks. So Brunstetter yesterday, when everybody went home following the rain postponement of yesterday's Newark Pilots game, he was out there working, getting loose, stretching, and working on throwing while everyone else left. Trying to perfect his throwing mechanics for his first start of the season today. Full count upcoming.
That's just trying to make the most of the opportunities you get, right, Austin? Brunstetter, you mentioned, typically a relief pitcher for the Muckdogs. Gets the starting nod for from Joey Martinez today, the Batavia head coach, and trying to make the most of this opportunity, just doing what he can in preparation the night before the game to get ready for this moment. He's walked 3 batters, so not the best start you could ask for, but it's still early. It's only the first inning.
Coach Cox going to have a word with Brunstetter. And while he has that word, we'll take a quick break here in Jamestown. So now back in Jamestown, 1 out here with Brunstetter starting from the windup. Corners in for the Muckdogs. First pitch to Kobe Jones. That one grounded over to Dutra. He throws it to the plate, gets the run out at the plate. Walker dives over to his right to stop that one from going to the outfield. So Brunstetter gets the force out at the plate. Now 2 outs in the inning.
Just great teamwork all around there by Batavia's fielders. You get Walker, who stops the ball from rolling into the outfield, and Cooper Romick, who's playing catcher, most importantly, gets that out at home and prevents any runs from scoring on that at-bat.
Maldonado up to the plate. 2 outs here for Brunstetter in the inning. Bases still loaded. Regular depth for the infielders. First pitch is inside for strike 1.
The Jamestown dugout audibly frustrated at that call. They thought that was outside for ball 1.
Brunstetter starts from the windup again. That one grounded over to Dutra. He picks it up, calls off Brunstetter, and gets the final out of the inning. So despite the bases being loaded, Brunstetter gets out of the inning with no damage from Jamestown. As we now head to the top of the second with the Muckdogs getting their next chance up at the plate.
All right, so the green looking about 300 yards straight out, maybe a little bit dog leg right. We'll see what we got here with this draw here.
Hopefully I don't slice this one.
No golfing at Dwyer.
So where should we golf at?
What do you mean?
Atticus 10th hole in Attica, New York. 95 Bundle Street.
All right,
We should go there.
For it.
We should go there.
We'll take your word for it.
Jeez, this guy stinks. Go to the bullpen. Ready?
Me? Thanks to these Muckdogs jerseys, which you can buy now, I'm still fresh and still clean.
Welcome back to Jamestown. The Muckdogs back up at the plate with Sean Pope leading things off for them in the top of the second. Hough starts his windup to Pope. That one outside for the first ball. Next one upcoming. That one outside again for ball 2.
Already ahead 2-0 in the count. Pope, one of the most disciplined batters in the Batavia Muckdogs roster. He's tied for second in walks for the Muckdogs with 10.
3 balls and no strikes. Hough quickly down in the count. He takes his time starting from the windup. Next pitch. That one outside again. 4 consecutive balls for the first walk of the inning on Hough.
That's a testament to the great eyes of Sean Pope, knowing when not to swing and when to lay off. Gets him on first and his first at-bat.
Trevor Dutra up to the plate. Pope on first base. Dutra, the first baseman today for Batavia. First pitch to Dutra is outside. 5 consecutive balls thrown by Hough.
I had the pleasure of talking with Trevor Dutra yesterday during our filming of our new social media series, Dog Talk, where our fellow intern Connor Gerhart and myself interview each and every one of the Muckdogs players. And Trevor Dutra said his hidden talent was his ability to cook. He said his go-to meal was chicken cutlets, and that everyone on the team has praised his ability to cook a good meal. So I ask you, Austin, are you a good cook?
Not at all. Not at all. Bailey does all the cooking, or Bubba Dog for those of you that head out to Dwyer Stadium. That one fell off of Dutra's foot.
I have to say I'm not much of a cook myself. I'm going to start to get in the kitchen more this upcoming school year. But like you mentioned, Bubba Dog makes all the great food that we eat. Great burgers that he grills. He makes some good pasta. So he's a great chef to have in our dorm.
2-2 upcoming from Hough. That one low to Dutra. We're going to have to see if Dutra will make something for us to see if all this hype is valid around him.
I want to try his chicken cutlets.
That one high for ball 4. And now back-to-back walks has Hough in trouble. With 2 runners on. Caleb Walker will come up to the plate. He'll have a word with Coach Martinez in the bottom left of your screen. So Caleb Walker will come up to the plate with no outs. Dutra on first and Pope on second. Walker, the second baseman this evening for Batavia. On the season, Walker hitting .214 with a runner in scoring position. That one grounded down and kicked away from Hough. So it'll be an infield single for Caleb Walker. Bases are loaded. TJ Morris up to the plate now. With no outs, typically you see the infield in, but it'll be double play depth by Matranga and Sebastianelli, and Kiefer and Stang will be in on the infield grass. Hough's first pitch to Morris. That one popped up. Sebastianelli will get underneath it for the first out of the inning. So Travis Hammond, the center fielder for Batavia, will come up. The Muckdogs threatening to add more runs to their already 2-run lead here in the top of the second. Hough gets his pitch from the catcher Brooks. Gets set, and the first one to Hammond is outside for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. double play depth by the middle infielders and the corner infielders in on the grass trying to cut down the runner Pope at home. That one fouled off by Hammond. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hough is set. 37th pitch upcoming. That one grounded over to Kiefer. Thrown to second. Back to first. Gets away from the first baseman. 1 run will score. Pope comes across to score. Dutra will score as well. So Hammond reaches.
Both Pope and Dutra were walked to get on base, and now making the Tarp Skunks pay. They come home to increase Jamestown's lead to 4.
Top of the lineup. First pitch is a ball to Lopez. Attempted pickoff over there on Hammond. He's back in there safely. So 1 ball, no strikes. That one outside again to Lopez. Two balls and no strikes on Lopez. Hammond leading off of first base. He's got some speed over there. There he goes. Speaking of speed, thrown from Brooks. And Hammond in there safely with the stolen base.
I mentioned Lucas Lopez was first for the Muckdogs in stolen bases. Travis Hammond is second with 5, and he shows why right there. His speed gets him to the bag quickly and safely.
Hammond calls time over there at second. I believe he got dirt in his eyes when he dove in. Able to get it out, though. Well, a runner in scoring position for Lopez, who's already 1 for 1 on the evening.
Lopez with that single in his previous at-bat was brought home by Greco, who had a triple but was out at third.
That one, the first strike to Lopez. Hitters count at 3-1. Next pitch from Hough outside, and Lopez walks. Now 2 runners on for Jake Butler.
Butler 0 for 1 on the day, was struck out in his first at-bat. Trying to get off on the right foot here in his second appearance.
Hough, first pitch to Butler. That one popped up. Getting underneath it is Stang, but that one hooks a little too far foul and out of play.
That one ends up into the Muckdogs bullpen. Stang jogged over from first to try and get it, but just a little too far beyond his reach.
Action in Jamestown's bullpen already. 0-1 upcoming from Butler. From Hough to Butler. Next pitch is the first ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hough racking up his pitch count in the first 2 innings. He's already at 44. This next pitch will be his 45th. There goes both runners. The decision from Brooks to throw to second. And they say that Butler was hit by a pitch. So now the bases are back loaded with a dangerous hitter in Cooper Romick up. That pitcher warming up is number 33. That one grounded foul from Romick. Great play by Coach Martinez and thrown right back to Hough.
That's just his baseball instincts. He picks it up left of the third baseline, thinking he's in the game, and just throws it back to the pitcher.
Not sure who's warming up for the Tarp Skunks. I don't have 33 on the roster. That one outside for a ball. Hough starts for the 1-1. That one out to right center for Romick. It'll fall. Here comes Hammond to score. Lopez will score as well, and Butler gets held up at third base. So a 2 RBI single for Cooper Romick. He increases his RBIs and
has already a third of the 6 runs for the Muckdogs, and Batavia leads 6-0.
Runners at the corners now. Anthony Greco up. He's 1 for 1 on the evening with a double. That one going out to right center, hit deep. Harpanelli out there, and he'll make the grab for the final out of the inning here in Jamestown. 4 runs on 2 hits and 1 error for Jamestown, and the Muckdogs going into the bottom half of the inning are leading big and early over the Tarp Skunks, 6-0.
What do we got here today? What do you guys got?
How can I help you?
What do you recommend?
We just got a fresh batch of Eli Fish's Muckdog Ale.
Muckdog Ale? Go Dogs! Give me some of those.
Muckdog Ale coming right up! Muckdog Ale!
Go Dogs, baby!
Welcome back to Jamestown. Eli Harpelani up facing off against Brunstetter. Brunstetter, a long break there as a 4-run inning for the Muckdogs have them out to a 6-run lead over Jamestown early. First pitch is high for ball 1 from Brunstetter. Next pitch from Brunstetter. That one low this time. Back-to-back balls for the southpaw. Brunstetter's next pitch. That one popped up down the first base line. Dutra getting underneath it. He didn't know where the fence was. There's the first strike in the at-bat with the foul ball. Harpelani, the center fielder for Jamestown this evening, batting .206 on the season in 34 at-bats. He has 7 hits with 6 runs scored. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brunstetter resetting in. The next pitch, that one fouled off again. Two upcoming from Brunstetter. That one swung on and missed, and Brunstetter will get the strikeout. Noah Brooks coming up. He's 227 on the season, the catcher this evening for Jamestown. In 22 at-bats, he has 5 hits and 3 RBIs on the season. First pitch, a little outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. Brunstetter's pitch, another one outside and high. He'll start his windup quickly again. Next one fouled off. Two balls and 1 strike. Brunstetter's pitch finds its way in the strike zone for called strike 2. Brunstetter starts his windup for the 2-2 offering. That one grounded over to Butler at third. He picks it up, throws it across the diamond for Dutra to get the second out. Steven Scarfone up to the plate for Jamestown now. The 9th hitter in the lineup, Scarfone on the season. He's batting .217. First pitch in there for strike 1. So Brunstetter facing off against another lefty, Scarfone, the right fielder this evening. That one bounces on the plate for the first ball.
Scarfone, another hitter for the Tarp Skunks, who's very disciplined, second in the team in walks with 9 so far on the season.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Brunstetter trying to get it out of the inning here. His next pitch inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brunstetter in the first inning got into a little bit of trouble with the bases loaded twice. Was able to get out of it both times. That one bounces in the dirt. Now a full count to Scarfone. On deck is the third baseman, Kiefer. Brunstetter, the full count pitch. That one high and inside for a walk. Puts a runner on first base. Connor Kiefer up. Brunstetter gets his pitch from Romick. Lifts his leg and the delivery. That one will drill Kiefer in the thigh. Back to the top of the lineup is Nigel Sebastianelli, the shortstop. Will walk out there. He's 0 for 1 on the evening. In his only at-bat, he grounded out to Caleb Walker. Kiefer walking it off over there at first base. Tucker Beving warming up for the Muckdogs. That one outside for ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Sebastianelli. Lefty-lefty matchup with 2 runners on. That one fouled off.
Sebastianelli 0 for 1 on the day. Had a ground out to second in his first at bat.
1-1. That one. A little outside. Brunstetter got that call on righties. A little too far outside on Sebastianelli, who's a left-handed batter. Brunstetter from the stretch for the 2-1 offering. That one lined out to right field, picked up by Morris, being waved around is Scarfone. He'll come across to score. Runners at the corners for the Tarp Skunks as they start their 2-out rally.
Morris's throw from right field. A tad late, but also a tad away from the dish where Romick was. Romick, to catch that one, had to move a few steps right from home plate.
So the second baseman, Matrenga, up. Romick will do his first and third signals.
Matrenga walked in his first plate appearance. In his first at bat. Now returns with his teammate on third.
That one called a strike on Matrenga. Brunstetter, the 0-1 offering to Matrenga. That one grounded over to Walker. Picks it up, flips it over to Lopez for the final out of the inning. So no runs on one hit. 1 run on 1 hit, I should say, for the Tarp Skunks. As the Muckdogs lead by a score of 6-1 over Jamestown, heading in to the top of the third. In Jamestown for the top of the third. Justin Austin coming up against Hough to lead off the inning. Hough starts his windup and the first pitch. That one lined into right center. Austin will get on. He takes the turn at first, but he'll stay there alongside Stang with a single. So Sean Pope will come up. 1 pitch and 1 hit for the Muckdogs already. Pope walked in his previous at-bat. That one finds its way on the outside line of the plate for the first strike to Sean Pope. Pope had a 4-pitch walk in his first at-bat, so that's the first strike he's seen this evening. That one swung on and missed from Pope, and now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Hough with the slide step. That one swung on and missed from Pope. So it's a 3-pitch strikeout this time for Hough against Sean Pope.
Hough starting to get into his groove after a rough 2 innings. 4 of the 5 runners who have scored for the Muckdogs were walked.
Dutra up. He has not recorded a plate appearance in this one in one at-bat. He walked previously, part of back-to-back walks from Hough in their last go-around. That one swung on and missed this time from Dutra. One ball and one strike with one out. Austin leading off of first. Hough's next pitch, that one down the middle on Dutra. One-two upcoming. Hough, his next pitch, that one fouled off from Dutra.
Very close to being a strikeout there by Dutra, but the ball just grazes the top of the bat on that swing.
So Dutra staying alive in a 1-2 count. Next one, that one grounded over to Sebastianelli. Picks it up, throws over to Matrenga. Back to first, and he gets the double play to end the inning. So no runs on one hit for Batavia. And that one fired up the crowd here in Jamestown as we head to the bottom half of the third. Welcome back to the bottom of the third inning here in Jamestown. Leading things off is DJ Stojanovic. He walked in his first at-bat. Brunstetter, 46 pitches coming into the inning. Getting ready for his first one to Stojanovic. Right when he steps in the box, Brunstetter probably will start his windup. And there he goes. First pitch to Stojanovic. That one a little low for ball one. Brunstetter going back to work on the 1-0. That one fouled off of his own foot. One ball and one strike. More action going on in the Muckdogs bullpen. Alongside with Beving out there, Isidro Jimenez is warming up. The 1-1 upcoming. That one fouled off. So the count at 1-2. Brunstetter trying to get a quick inning here in the bottom of the third. Takes a breath. Gets his pitch from Romick, who lines up on the outside part of the plate. Brunstetter's pitch a little too far outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Muckdogs leading 6-1 and leading in the hit category 5-1. Now a full count. Brunstetter starting to lose Stojanovic. He had a 1-2 count on him Now it's fallen to a full count.
A ball 4 here would be Stoyanovic's second walk of the day.
That one fouled off, but the drop third strike gets Stojanovic at first. Sounded like it might have been tipped, but I guess it wasn't. So Bobby Stang, the first baseman for Jamestown, up to the plate. Stang, the cleanup hitter, he walked in his first at-bat. That one high to Stang for the first ball. One ball and no strikes as Brunstetter goes back to work. That one fouled off towards the Muckdogs bullpen and lands right next to Siciliano. Brunstetter's 1-1. That one in the dirt. Two balls and one strike. Brunstetter goes low again. Now 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count for Stang, one of the best hitters in the league, as he lines that one down into left field. Picked up by Pope. Stang rounds first, but stays there. So he gets on with a line drive single to left. Kobe Jones, the left fielder, up for the Tarp Skunks.
Jones 1 for 1 on the day with a single in his previous at-bat.
First pitch right down the middle. So Brunstetter, a lefty-lefty matchup here. He's fared well in these matchups this season. Next one upcoming, that one high. Next one swung on and missed by Jones. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brunstetter lining up. Next pitch. That one fouled. Next one swung on and fouled off, they'll say. Next one, another ball, now a 2-2 count. Currently trying to find if there is a split in batting average for the pitchers against lefties and righties. That one out to center field. Hammond diving in and makes the catch.
Hammond a basket catch there and celebrates out in second field after making that one. 2 outs now for the Tarp Skunks.
Coach Martinez will make a call to the bullpen as it'll be a new pitcher coming in, and that new pitcher coming in is number 29, Tucker Beving. So Beving on the season. His stat graphic decides not to pull up. Beving on the season. In 4 innings pitched, has allowed 5 hits, 3 runs to score, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. His ERA on the season is sitting at 6.75. And opponents are hitting .313 off of Beving this season.
Tucker Beving in his second season with the Muckdogs, a sophomore out of the University of Wisconsin Stout. His goal coming into this season to just simply lower his ERA and opposing batting average. And so far with the Muckdogs, he's done that. Had a 9.98 ERA with Wisconsin this past spring. Has lowered that to 6.75, as you mentioned, Austin, and still plenty of season left to bring that ERA even lower.
So that'll be it for Brunstetter on the evening, following that last batter to come up, which was Bobby Stang. Brunstetter finishes his day with 2 2/3 innings pitched. On 64 pitches, he allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts with 1 hit by pitch. With Beving coming up, he comes in with 2 outs in the inning, with Bobby Stang on first base facing off against the 6th hitter in the lineup, which is Shaniel Maldonado. So as Beving finishes his warm-up, we get ready for his first matchup of the day. Beving, righty-righty matchup against Maldonado. First pitch, that one outside. .1-0 from Beving. That one swung on and missed from Maldonado. Staying over at first with Dutra holding him on. Beving not worrying about the runner, though. So he gets his next pitch. That one high and inside. The umpire made a gesture signaling that it was a strike, but then he goes back on it saying it's 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike from Beving. Slide step, that one out to right field. Morris getting back on it. That one's still carrying. Bounces off the wall. Stang will round third. Morris throwing it in. Walker loses it. It'll be an RBI double for Maldonado. That one deep out there.
The Tarp Skunks come closer to evening the score. Now they trail by 4.
Harpelani up against Beving. Second batter Beving will face. That one high for the first ball. Harpelani, the 7th hitter in the lineup. He's got a runner in scoring position. Beving, the slide step. That one bounces in the dirt, stopped by Romick. Checks swing, and they'll say he didn't go. Beving gets his pitch from Romick, looking back at Maldonado at second base. Lifts his leg and the next pitch. That one lined. Diving is Lopez, not able to haul it in. Maldonado being waved around. The throw to the plate. Beats it, and Romick gets the out. What a throw from Sean Pope, skipping over his cut and Jake Butler. And Romick laying down the tag for the out. Maldonado thinks that Romick was blocking the plate, but the umpire does not agree, and that is how the inning ends. What a throw from Sean Pope out there in left field.
Butler almost interfered with the throw to Romick at home plate, but at the last second decided to pull away, step back, and let Romick do the work, and it paid off there.
So we're back here at Jamestown with Caleb Walker leading things off. For those of you that don't know anything about the Tarp Skunks, they have a little banner hanging up out in their concourse. Is that one lined out into right center from Walker for a single. So that'll bring up TJ Morris. But as I was saying, they have a poster hanging up out in their concourse. Some legends to play here in Jamestown. Randy Johnson, the legendary Major League Baseball pitcher. The lefty debuted in Jamestown in 1985 and made his MLB debut 4 years later. Hough's next pitch, that one popped up foul. So continuing on with Randy Johnson, he's a Hall of Famer for those of you that don't know, and a 5-time Cy Young winner, and a Triple Crown pitcher in the majors. Nellie Fox also played here way back in 1944. His MLB debut was in 1947. He's a Hall of Famer and was the 59 AL MVP, is a 15-time All-Star, and a 3-time Gold Glove recipient. Dave Roberts, the current manager of the LA Dodgers, also debuted here in 1994. He made his MLB debut in 1999. He won the 2004 World Series with the Boston Red Sox and the 2020 World Series as the manager of the LA Dodgers, and was the 2016 NL Manager of the Year. And another one for the Yankees fans listening, Giancarlo Stanton made his debut here in Jamestown in 2007 and his MLB debut 3 years later as Morris sends that one out to Harpelani out in center field for the out. Back on Giancarlo Stanton, he was the 2017 NL MVP. He's a 4-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger winner, and recently signed a 13-year, $325 million contract in 2014, originally with the Miami Marlins, and then later traded to the New York Yankees. So pickoff attempt to Caleb Walker. He's in there safely. Travis Hammond up at the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the evening. That one fouled off from Hammond. Hammond, he's 0 for 1. But that 0 for 1 is into a fielder's choice. Walker with a decent-sized lead over there at first base. Next pitch to Hough. That one grounded by Hammond off his foot, and Hough is also shaken up, it seemed like. He immediately grabbed his shoulder after making that attempt. He'll stay on the mound, though. Umpire calling for some baseballs. Looks like he might have been low. Hammond facing an 0-2 count.
Hammond with a single in his first at-bat. The 5th run to score for the Muckdogs. He's contributed.
There goes Walker as Hammond singles that one into the outfield. Walker will be held up at second, though. So a 1-out single for Travis Hammond brings up the top of the lineup and Lucas Lopez.
Lucas Lopez having a day. A single in his first at-bat was the first run for the Muckdogs, and then scored again in his second time at the dish. Was walked and then brought home. Has 2 of the 6 runs for the Muckdogs.
That one grounded up the middle by Lopez. Walker being waved around to the plate. And there's another run, an RBI single for Lopez, who advances to second on the throw. Jake Butler will now come up to the plate. Runners on second and third as Brooks will go have a word with Hough. So the Muckdogs leading 7-2 over the Tarp Skunks here in the top of the 4th. Jake Butler, who's 0 for 1 on the evening, has 2 runners in scoring position. Only 1 out. Cooper Romick right behind him as well. Hough, his pitch. That one outside to Butler. Next pitch, that one popped up by Butler to left center. Getting underneath it is the left fielder Jones. Tagging is Hammond. He'll come across to score. So it'll be an RBI sac fly for Jake Butler. Cooper Romick will come up now for the Muckdogs. New pitcher will come up as that'll be the end of the day for Hough. Not sure who this new pitcher is just yet. So the new pitcher will be number 39, which is Griffin White for the Tarp Skunks. He comes in with 2 outs in the inning. Griffin White on the season. In 2 2/3 innings pitched, has only allowed 3 hits. He's allowed 1 earned run to cross, walked 3 batters, and struck out 4, posting a .337 ERA on the season. Opponents are hitting .333 off of him. And he's got a dangerous one in Cooper Romick coming up. We'll be back in a few short moments as White gets warmed up.
What do we got here today? What do you
Hi,
guys
how
got?
can I help you?
What do you recommend?
We just got a fresh batch of Eli Fish's Muckdog Ale.
Muckdog Ale? Go Dogs! Give me some of those.
Muckdog Ale coming right up! Muckdog Ale!
Go Dogs, baby!
So the final stat line for Sam Hough in 3 2/3 innings pitched. He only threw 69 pitches, allowed 8 hits, and 8 runs to score. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit by pitch. So Cooper Romick comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the evening. He has Lopez on second base. First pitch upcoming from Griffin White. His delivery, that one outside for ball 1. Griffin White stands at 6'5", a right-handed pitcher out of Wagner College. The 1-0 upcoming, that one fouled off. One ball and 1 strike. Romick is the outfield giving him respect playing back. Next pitch, that one down the middle.
Griffin White, a Columbus, Ohio native. Went to Olentangy Barrowin High School and holds a couple of milestones there, Austin. He threw the first no-hitter in program history there. He holds the record for most career strikeouts in his high school's history, and a 2-time All-OCC award winner there at Olentangy High School.
2 balls and 2 strikes. White takes a breath. Looking back at Lopez, who's trying to bait a throw. White will go to the plate, though. That one, a ball. White thought it was strike 3. It's now a full count for Romick. Three-two offering from White. That one foul tipped for the final out of the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Muckdogs. They regain their 6-run lead heading into the bottom half of the inning here in Jamestown.
Jeez, this guy stinks. Go to the bullpen. Ready?
Me? Ow. Thanks to these Muckdogs jerseys, which you can buy now, I'm still fresh and still clean.
Hey guys, this is Austin, the play-by-play broadcaster for the Batavia Muckdogs, and I'm here with Dewey at Attica's 10th hole in Attica, New York at 96 Bunnell Street. Dewey's here ready to sink a par. Go ahead, Dewey. Come out to Attica's to play some 9-hole golf. Nice job, Dewey.
New pitcher on the mound for the Batavia Muckdogs. It is number 23, Isidro Jimenez. He's 0 for 1 on the season in 1/3 inning pitched. He allowed 2 hits, has a 1.08 ERA on the season, with opponents hitting .667 on him, posting a 6 whip. He comes in facing the bottom half of the lineup. Noah Brooks will lead things off for the Tarp Skunks.
Isidro coming in a low-pressure situation. Muckdogs up by 6 early on. Great opportunity for him to get back in rhythm and to show what he can do. Just doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. Just make sure no more runs score for the Tarp Skunks.
Final stat line for Tucker Beving on the afternoon. In 1/3 of an inning pitched, he threw 7 pitches, allowed 2 hits, but no runs, which is the important thing that he wanted to accomplish, was limit giving up runs. So he did just that. Beving accomplishes his goal this evening. Now, Jimenez up. Jimenez a similar goal to limit runs crossing the plate, but also to get strikeouts. So Jimenez gets ready for his first pitch. Lifts his leg and the delivery, that one low in the dirt. Jimenez started out the season hurt. Just came back from an injury. So that one's in the dirt, but swung on and missed by Brooks. Jimenez, he's a great guy to be around in the locker room. All of his teammates classify him as the funny guy in the locker room. 1-1 upcoming. That one swung on and missed. Talking to him and Coach Martinez, Jimenez, prior to his injury and when he's at 100%, his fastball can reach up in the mid-90s. The other day, his fastball reached 92, I believe he said, as that one is fouled off. So he's a fireball pitcher for this Muckdogs group. And with him slowly working back from his injury, if he can get things going, the Muckdogs could have a dangerous bullpen with him alongside Live and Good, Ryan, and Ruth, along with the many other relievers here in Batavia.
One of those relievers, Gage Wheaton, the pitcher out of Niagara University, joined late due to the sheer amount of team success Niagara was having. But to prove your point, so many different pitchers Batavia has at their arsenal that they can throw on at any given moment.
Jimenez, his next pitch, that one bounces in the dirt. Jimenez facing a 1-0 count. That one check swing. They'll say he went. So going back on the number of arms the Muckdogs have, they've all pitched well in each of their outings so far this year. Coach Martinez has been able to rely on his starters to go deep into ball games, which is exactly what any manager wants. Those starters, just going off the top of my head, is City, Chandler, Brooks, Ty Woods, and Michael Benedict. Jimenez's next pitch inside for another ball.
Matt Massidi especially, he's 4th in the entire league in ERA with just a 1.69, 1.69 that is. Has started 4 games this season for Batavia. In 16 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 13 hits, and 21 walks.
Another out for the Muckdogs as Jimenez flipped that one over. Kiefer coming up, the third baseman for Jamestown. Jimenez getting ready for the first pitch to Kiefer. That one outside for a ball. So just to put it in perspective, the Muckdogs have 17 arms at their disposal, including the 5 starters I mentioned. Excuse me, they have 19 arms at their disposal. Jamestown, I was going to put in comparison, only have 17 arms at their disposal. So come down the stretch, that can pay dividends for teams being able to give arms breaks and come in with fresh ones.
That's one of the biggest things you want come playoff time is that depth, right? Having so many different weapons at your disposal that you can throw to teams at any given moment. And like you said, with each arm that Batavia has, another one gets to rest from playing the night before or 2 nights before or whatever it may be. So this depth, one of Batavia's biggest assets this season for sure.
3 balls and 1 strike, and going off of that depth, one of those 19 arms is a 2-way player in Bryson Berry. Berry playing the outfield for the Muckdogs this season, as well as getting some innings. Next one, inside for ball 4. As Jimenez walks Kiefer, the last hitter in the lineup. That brings up Sebastianelli.
Barry, a Batavia native. Definitely doesn't hurt to have some hometown heroes in there as well.
Jimenez getting ready with a runner on first. Sebastianelli, the new hitter he's facing, that one out to left field, but it'll fall foul.
Sebastianelli 1 for 2 on the day, had a ground out to second in his first at-bat, followed by a single. Trying to get on base again with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Jimenez getting ready. Next pitch. That one outside. One ball and 1 strike. Lifts his leg and the pitch. That one finds its way on the outside part of the plate. A 1 ball and 2 strike count. Jimenez trying to get out of the inning here. He's 1 strike away. He likes that from Romick. Lines up on the outside part of the plate. Jimenez lifts his leg in. The delivery. There goes the runner. Romick's throw to second. Lopez lays the tag and gets the out. Lopez didn't even have to move his glove. Romick just placed that in there perfectly. And Romick doing what he does best, showing off his arm from behind the dish.
Batavia's fielders having a field day over there. Just everything's going their way. Lucas Lopez especially a dual threat for any opposing team. Has dominated at the plate so far, and right there, tagging the runner, making that play, retiring the side. He's doing it all out here.
Dude, I'm just not fast enough. I can't get that.
Why don't you go grab a car from Pellegrino's Auto?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Pleasure doing business with you, sir. Here's the keys.
Thank you for the great deal.
Yes,
Have
sir.
a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Let's take a quick look at some scores from around the PGCBL. The Red Wings take down the Americans 10-3 in Niagara Falls. The Lumberjacks up 4-0 against the Rapids in the top of the 5th. The Diamond Dogs leading the Blue Sox 3-2 in the top of the 5th. The Outlaws up 4-2 against the Dragons in Glens Falls in the top of the 4th. The Doubledays ahead 2-1 over the Pilots in the bottom of the 3rd. And lastly, the second game of the Geneva-Niagara Falls doubleheader underway. Geneva now ahead 3-0 over Niagara Falls in the top of the 2nd.
First ball to Greco. In 2 plate appearances, he doubled out to deep right center and flew out to the center fielder, Harpalaney. Next one in there for the first strike to Greco, facing a 1-1 count. Greco on the season, he'd be classified as a pull hitter going out to right field. That's where most of his balls go. He does have 2 hits going the opposite way to left field, though. Next one, that one a ball outside for a 2-1 count.
Greco in his first at-bat had a double, ran to third, but was out. But at the cost of getting out, brought home Lopez and Romick to ignite the scoring for the Muckdogs. That put him up 2-0 in the first, and since then, Batavia hasn't trailed.
2 balls and 2 strikes. White lifts his leg and the delivery. That one swung on and missed in the dirt by Greco. He'll be tagged out for the first out of the inning. Justin Austin will come up to the plate. Justin Austin 1 for 2 on the evening. He singled on a line drive to right field and popped out foul to the first baseman, Stank. Next one, that one in the dirt for a ball. One ball and no strikes. That one down the middle to Justin Austin. Top of the 5th here, the Muckdogs leading 8-2 over the Tarp Skunks. Also leading in the hit category, 8-4. Next pitch from White, the 1-1. That one into the outfield for another single for Justin Austin.
Make that a 9-4 hit advantage for the Muckdogs, Austin.
Sean Pope comes up. He walked and struck out in his previous at-bats. In his first at-bat, it was a 4-pitch walk, and then his second at-bat was a 3-pitch strikeout swinging. First pitch to Pope, and he gets a ball. Both of those at-bats for Sean Pope were against the starter for the Tarp Skunks in Sam Hough. The 1-0 offering. That one outside. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Pope waiting for the 2-0 offering from White. The delivery outside again, and 3 balls and no strikes for White against Pope. Liam Ryan getting loose in the Muckdogs bullpen. .3-0 upcoming. That one inside, and another 4-pitch walk for Sean Pope. So Pope in 3 at-bats has faced 8 balls and 3 strikes. That brings up Trevor Dutra. White's pitch to Dutra. That one down the middle. One out here in the top of the 5th. White looking at Austin, but he goes to the plate. That one down the middle again. Back-to-back fastballs right down the middle on Dutra. He keeps the bat on his shoulder, facing an 0-2 count. White, his 21st pitch upcoming. He's pitched 2/3 of an inning.
Dutra stood flat-footed on those first 2 pitches, and it puts him in a quick 0-2 hole. He swings that time, and it works out for him.
Out into right center. Austin will come across the score, and Dutra gets on base with the single. Runners at the corners. Another run scores for Batavia.
The Muckdogs, a steady output of runs throughout this one. Only 1 scoreless inning so far for Batavia, and that was the 3rd inning. But you look at the scoring spread throughout. 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second, a pair in the 4th, and then Justin Austin just now in the 5th.
Caleb Walker comes up to the plate, 2 for 2 on the evening. That one down the middle for the first strike against Walker.
Lots of fastballs down the middle for White here at the mound. Got Dutra to stay hesitant on 2 of them, and gets Walker to do so as well.
That one inside on Walker. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out here with another runner 90 feet away from scoring at third base. That's Sean Pope. Trevor Dutra over there at first base. White lifts his leg and the delivery. That one into right field, and Caleb Walker is 3 for 3 on the evening.
The consistency for these Batavia hitters is unmatched. Simply put, Walker 3 for 3. Lopez a single, double, and a walk. Hammond with 2 singles. Just overall a great day at the plate for the Muckdogs.
TJ Morris takes that first pitch for ball 1. It's a 10-2 ball game here in Jamestown, showing shadows of their first time here. That one lined out to left field, and TJ Morris gets a base hit. Dutra being waved around. Walker will stay there at second. It's an RBI single as the hit party continues for the Muckdogs.
A bit of a quiet day for Morris up until that at-bat. 2 flyouts, 1 to short and 1 to center field. But that single right there brings Dutra home, and now the Muckdogs are in front by 9.
Mound visit being taken by the Jamestown coach. And while they take that mound visit, get a word from one of our sponsors. Auto Wash is award-winning and committed to providing the best car wash experience in the Finger Lakes. Go unlimited and become a club member today. Don't forget to ask about the family plan program to save even more. And I know some people that may or may not be interns for the Muckdogs that could head out to Auto Wash and get a car wash.
While you check out Auto Wash, go check out Whole Life Fitness as well, the official gym partner of the Batavia Muckdogs, located at 624 East Main Street in Batavia. Be sure to stop in and see them for your gym membership today.
1 ball and no strikes. Travis Hammond up to the plate, who's 1 for 2 on the evening. He's the last hitter in this Batavia lineup, playing center field per usual for the Muckdogs. Hammond, the everyday center fielder for Batavia, takes that one for another ball, and now up 2-0 in the count. Still 1 out in the inning. Caleb Walker on second base. TJ Morris on first base. White going back to work. There's arms loosening in the Jamestown bullpen. Now 3 balls in, no strikes. Top of the lineup coming up next for Batavia. .30 offering from White. That one high, and Hammond will walk. That brings up Lucas Lopez to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 down here.
Saying Lopez, the leadoff hitter, as having a strong outing today would be an understatement. 3 at-bats, 2 hits, 2 runs, and an RBI for him, and it's only the 5th inning, trying to build upon that stat line here.
First pitch to Lopez from White. That one outside for the first ball.
Lopez watches that one fly by and makes the right decision. Doesn't bite at that outside pitch and quickly gets ahead in the count.
1 ball and no strikes. White trying to limit damage here, has already given up 3 runs in the inning. Next one inside on Lopez. 2 balls and no strikes. Walker stands 90 feet away with TJ Morris and Travis Hammond on second and first, respectively. 2-0 pitch to Lopez. That one high. Now a 3-0 count.
3 straight pitches to Lopez where he doesn't bite on a single one. And 1 more ball would bring Walker home from third.
3-0 pitch. That one down the middle. Hitters count for Lopez in front of this large crowd for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. 3-1 offering. That one popped foul. So White has battled back from down 3-0 in the count against Lopez. There's 1 out in the inning. Lopez has an opening down both foul lines to place a ball. Full count pitch. That one grounded over to the second baseman. Matrengo picks it up, flips it over to Hammond. Going back to first. Lopez has a run score on the fielder's choice as Walker comes across the score. He reaches to first safely on the fielder's choice. Now the Muckdogs up 10 on the Tarp Skunks.
Lopez continuing his strong day at the plate with another base hit. Gets to first, brings his teammate Walker home in the process. Overall, great stuff.
Butler up at the plate. He takes that one for the first strike. The Muckdogs have 12 runs on 12 hits here in this one.
Season high for the Muckdogs in runs came against Niagara Falls on the road, where Batavia scored 16 in comeback fashion. Already 12 midway through this one. Could be looking at a potential record set today.
Butler down 0-2 in the count. White's pitch. That one popped up from Butler. Getting underneath it is Brooks for the final out of the inning. But the Muckdogs score 4 runs in the inning off of 4 hits on 33 pitches. And they lead over the Tarp Skunks big, 12-2.
Hey, how we doing? Good. How are you? Can I get one federal admission ticket, please? All right. So that's gonna be $9. Having a great season, man. Yeah. First place. First place. All Muckdogs. There you go. Thank you, sir.
If you would like tickets, call our number at 585-524-2260. Go Dogs.
Welcome back to Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park here in Jamestown. For the bottom of the fifth, Liam Ryan in the game for the Muckdogs, one of the reliable relievers for Coach Martinez. He has a 2-0 record on the season in 9 1/3 innings pitched. Has only given up 3 hits, has allowed 8 walks, though, with 14 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting 103 on him.
Ryan, third on the team with those 14 strikeouts and tied for the best ERA along with Josh Livingood.
Jimenez ends his day with 1 inning pitched on 19 pitches. He allowed no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and had no strikeouts. We're back with Sebastian Nelly up to the plate. He's back up because Romick threw out a runner at second base to end the last inning. Some more history on the Tarp Skunks as a franchise. They were originally known as the Jamestown Falcons, a part of the Pony League, where they won 5 championships in 1942, 1944, 1947, 1952, and 1953. And then they were an affiliate of the Montreal Expos, known as the Jamestown Expos, a part of the New York Penn League, which they were champions in 1989 and 1991. The Muckdogs were also a part of the New York Penn League.
I want to go back to our conversation earlier about the depth at the mound. Interesting thing to note here, Austin, We're only in the 5th inning. Liam Ryan is the 4th pitcher on the mound today. We saw a season-high 6 pitchers come out for one game a few nights ago. That's just Batavia head coach Joey Martinez trying to experiment and utilize that depth to the fullest.
Austin Matrenga on the mound now, at the plate rather, for the Tarp Skunks, facing off against Liam Ryan. He tries to lay down a bunt, but that one goes foul. So one thing about the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, when they were known as the Jamestown Jammers, their last season being in 2018, known as the Jammers, they won the PGCBL championship that season. 1 strike for Ryan. His next pitch is high and inside on Matrenga for a 1-1 count. No outs here in the inning. One ball, 1 strike. Ryan's pitch is fouled. There goes the runner. Throw from Romick, a little off. And it's another ball. So Sebastianelli in there safely with a stolen base.
Sebastianelli, 3rd in the team in stolen bases. Had 3 on the season entering today. Gets his 4th one with that steal to 2nd.
Full count upcoming from Ryan. Here's the pitch. That one lined out to Butler for the first out. DJ Stojanovic coming up, who's 0 for 1 on the evening. Ryan against Stojanovic. Lifts his leg and the pitch. That one outside. Coach Martinez looking to get some length out of Ryan here in his relief outing. That one low again for the 2nd ball. So we were talking about the Jamestown Tarp Skunks and their history. The Batavia Muckdogs, for those of you that don't know, were founded in 1939, originally known as the Batavia Clippers, and have been known as the Muckdogs since 1998. They won the Pony League Championship in back-to-back years in 45 and 46. The New York Penn League Championship in 63 and 2008, and have yet to win a PGCBL championship. They won their division in 77, 95, 98, 2008, 2010, and 2019, and a part of the New York Penn League, and won the PGCBL division in 2022.
The Muckdogs coming 1 win short of the 2022 PGCBL title, falling to Amsterdam in Game 3 of that 3-game series. And then the year after, earned the 1st seed in the entire West Division before falling in the 1st round to the 4th seeded Double A's and a 4-2 loss.
Full count upcoming. Ryan's pitch, that one grounded over to Butler, who picks it up, looks back the runner, thrown to first for the second out.
Butler over at third, making those last two outs. Matranga hit a line out to third, and Butler snagged it, followed by that ground out that went his way and quickly lasered it to first for the second out.
Next pitch from Ryan is a ball high.
That brings up Bobby Stang, the cleanup hitter for the Tarp Skunks, and the man who's leading Jamestown in batting average with a .529, was named the hitter of the week for the West Division in the PGCBL. And for a great reason, leading his team in hits, runs, and batting average.
Cooper Romick going out to give his signal for this first and third situation. Ryan, 2 runners on at the corners. Kobe Jones 0 for 2 on the evening. 2 outs. Ryan's first pitch to Jones. That one low and inside.
That was an absolute laser to the plate there, just a tad far inside.
1 ball and no strikes. Next one swung on and missed. One ball and 1 strike. Ryan trying to limit the damage here and put up a 0 on the scoreboard. Next one, that one fouled off. One ball and 2 strikes. So Ryan, from the stretch, gets his pitch from Romick, lifts his leg and the delivery. That one fouled off. So we're talking about the Tarp Skunks a little bit. The Muckdogs were affiliated with the Phillies, as well as the St. Louis Cardinals, Pittsburgh Pirates, Detroit Tigers, New York Mets, and Cleveland Indians. Swung on and missed, and Ryan gets the strikeout. No runs on no hits on 24 pitches. The Tarp Skunks still behind by 10.
All right, so the green looking about 300 yards straight out, maybe a little bit dog leg right. We'll see what we got here with this draw here.
Hopefully I don't slice this one.
No golfing at Dwyer.
So where should we golf at?
What do you mean?
Atticus 10th hole in Attica, New York. 95 Bundle Street.
All right,
We should
we'll
go
take your
there.
word for it.
We should go there.
We'll take your word for it.
Jeez, this guy stinks. Go to the bullpen. Ready?
Me? Ow. Thanks to these Muckdogs jerseys, which you can buy now, I'm still fresh and still clean.
We're back here at Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park. Cooper Romick will lead things off for the Muckdogs in the top of the 6th. Sticking with the historical topic here, the Muckdogs, some famous players for them. Matt Adams, a first baseman in the majors, along with Lance Lynn, one of the better pitchers in his time. Quentin Berry, played for the Red Sox for a few years. Edward Cabrera as well, one of the top pitchers currently for the Miami Marlins. Matt Carpenter, currently a part of the St. Louis Cardinals, I believe. Spent some time with the Yankees a few years ago. That one inside again for the third ball. Chase Utley famously played for the Muckdogs as well. That one, a 4-pitch walk for Romick. For those of you that watched our last home broadcast against the Auburn Doubledays, we had Muckdog superfan Russ Salway on the broadcast, and he was talking about how he hosted a few players when they were here in Batavia, a part of the New York Penn League. Lance Lynn being one of those players who is a starting pitcher. I believe he's on the Dodgers right now. That one swung on and missed for the first strike to Anthony Greco. Greco 1 for 3 on the evening. Next one upcoming, that one a ball inside and low. There's a new pitcher on the mound that we failed to recognize. That new pitcher is number 13, Austin Kalsek. Kalsek gets his pitch and the delivery. That one outside again for another ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Final stat line on the day for Griffin White. In 1 1/3 innings pitched, he allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, and 2 walks on 2 strikeouts. Kalsek already 1 walk in this one, so he gets a strike there on Greco. Greco facing a full count. Payoff pitch from Kalsek. That one outside, and he walks him. Back-to-back walks for Kalsek. That brings up Justin Austin to the plate. The Muckdogs looking to add to their 10-run lead here in the top of the 6th.
The Muckdogs reaching double digits thanks to a 4-run inning in the top of the 5th. Only 1 inning today where the Muckdogs haven't scored.
That one in the dirt again. First ball to Justin Austin, who's 2 for 3 on the evening. Michael Pedraza stretching out there in the Muckdogs bullpen. It's a bullpen day for Batavia as they hold a 10-run lead. 2-0 pitch upcoming, now 3 balls and no strikes. Has to be a reassuring feeling for Coach Martinez knowing that you don't have to throw your starters in order to win ball games. They currently hold a 10-run lead here in the top of the 6th. Going with all relievers up until this point. 3-0. That one, a 4-pitch walk. Now loads the bases after 3 consecutive walks from Kalsek. A mound visit upcoming from the Jamestown coach.
This is a great job by Romick, Greco, and Austin to be disciplined with every pitch. And a good eye to notice when it's too far out or too far in. And that's been pivotal to loading the bases here. As you mentioned, a trio of walks and with no outs at that. And that'll bring up Eric Smith, who's checking in for the first time today.
Eric Smith, fourth on the team in batting average and 23 at-bats. He's posting a .261 batting average. He has 6 hits on the season, looking to continue this here. Kalsek still on the mound. Kalsek, a righty, going against the lefty Smith. First pitch inside on Smith. One ball and no strikes. Here's the delivery. That one out to left center, and Smith continues getting on base. Romick will score, and it's a 2 RBI single for Eric Smith.
Romick and Greco, the runners who make it home for the Muckdogs. And that extends the lead to 12. But the overall theme of the day is these Batavia hitters who are being walked are making it all the way around the diamond. 6 of the 14 runs scored today come from players who were disciplined at the mound and were rewarded by being walked and just ran across all the bases to come home. So a great job at the plate by these Muckdog hitters.
Next one, called a strike on the inside part of the plate on Dutra. He's facing a 1-1 count. No outs here in the top of the 6th. Next pitch, that one bounces off the plate from Kalsek. So despite Brunstetter starting the game, he would not be credited with any victory here. It would go to the next pitcher, which I believe would be Tucker Beving, due to Brunstetter not going the minimum of 4 innings pitched, which is required in order to get credited with a victory. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dutra. Kalsek's pitch, that one bounces in the other batter's box. So Dutra faces a full count against Kalsek. Anything close, as coaches would say. Next pitch. That one outside, and he walks him. Another walk for Kalsek.
Once again, the bases are loaded with no outs. And that'll bring up Caleb Walker.
Caleb Walker, 3 for 3 on the evening and looking to continue that one here. He's got the bases loaded.
A pair of runs to his name, coming in his second and third at-bats, respectively. Along with Dutra, Lopez, and Romick, hitters for the Muckdogs with multiple runs scored on the day.
That one high. Now 2 balls and no strikes to Caleb Walker. Kalsek's pitch. That one swung on and missed from Walker. Facing a 2-1 count. Still no outs here in the top of the 6th. 2-1. Outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. These two teams had a close one last time they played in Dwyer, It was a 4-2 Batavia victory. Now add 10 runs for the Muckdogs, and that's what you have here. Is that one inside for a strike on Walker. Three balls and 2 strikes.
One more ball to Walker would bring in Austin from third, but he swings and misses on that one for the first out.
That brings up TJ Morris. TJ Morris singled in his last at-bat on a line drive to left field. Kalsek starts his delivery. That one popped up from Morris. Getting underneath it is Brooks for the second out. Now Travis Hammond comes up to the plate.
Bit of a quiet day for Morris and 4 at-bats. Now is 1 for 3. Pair of flyouts to start this one. And just now getting that pop out to the catcher, Brooks.
Now quickly 2 outs. First pitch to Hammond. That one swung on and missed. The Muckdogs trying to add some more runs here in the top of the 6th with the bases loaded. Hammond fouls that one off and quickly goes down 0-2 in the count to Kalsek, who has figured things out here in the top of the 6th. His 25th pitch upcoming to Hammond. That one high and inside. One ball, 2 strikes to Hammond. That one hits Hammond, and a run will score for Batavia.
Justin Austin, the runner, coming in from third as the pitch gets Hammond's left hip.
Now Lucas Lopez will give up his duties for Yankiel Gonzalez to come up to the plate, the pinch hitter for the Muckdogs. First pitch to Gonzalez. That one on the inside part of the plate for the first strike. Oh, 0-1 to Gonzalez. That one popped up by Gonzalez. Brooks getting underneath it for the last out of the inning. So the Muckdogs score 3 runs in the inning. They strand 3 runners on base following the final pop out to Noah Brooks. But they get only 1 hit on the inning in 35 pitches that they faced. So now we head to the bottom half of the 6th with the Muckdogs leading by 13.
New pitcher on the mound for the Muckdogs. It's Garrett Beaver. Has pitched just over 6 innings this season. Has let up 7 hits, tallied 7 strikeouts, and has only 1 walk to his name. As the Muckdogs lead the Tarp Skunks 15-2. And just a reminder, the mercy rule is in effect in the PGCBL. A game is stopped after 7 innings or more, with one team leading by 12 or more runs. Batavia currently leading by 13 in the bottom of the 6th.
Final stat line for Liam Ryan on the evening in 1 inning pitched on 24 pitches. He did not give up a hit. He walked around 1 batter, struck out 1, and had 1 hit by pitch. That first pitch by Beaver to Maldonado is low for a ball. Beaver getting ready. Next pitch upcoming. That one low again. .30 now from Beaver. Beaver trying to battle back here, down 3-0 in the count to Maldonado, but he walks him on a 4-pitch walk. Eli Harpelani up. He's 1 for 2 on the evening. Next one, low, 5 straight balls from Garrett Beaver. Beaver, the 1-0. That one in there for his first strike. One ball and 1 strike. That one popped up from Harpelani. Getting underneath it is Walker for the out. So Walker, I didn't mention this earlier, he moved to shortstop. And Gonzalez is now playing second base. That one outside for a ball from Beaver. One ball, no strikes. Beaver facing off against the catcher, Brooks. Finds that one in the strike zone. This one swung on and missed from Brooks. Beaver, a 1-2 count. That one fouled off. One ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Beaver's pitch down the middle. 4 strike 3 and now 2 outs in the inning. Steven Scarfone up to the plate. Here in the bottom of the 6th, 1 runner on. That's Maldonado on first base. Beaver looks over at Maldonado. Slide step inside on Scarphone for a ball. One ball and no strikes. Slide step from Beaver. That one popped down the left field line. Butler chasing after it, but hooking foul. Next pitch from Beaver. Missing. Beaver gets his pitch. Now the delivery swung on and missed for the second strike. Beaver down to one more strike. He gets a signal from Romick and the delivery. That one swung on and missed, and Beaver gets the strikeout. That's how the inning ends, on the strikeout from Garrett Beaver. So the Muckdogs coming up to the plate. Actually, that is how this one ends after 6. The Muckdogs mercy the Tarp Skunks by a final score of 15-2. That's it from us here in Jamestown. The Muckdogs will be back in action tomorrow for an out-of-league game against the Rochester Ridgemen. I'll be back on the call tomorrow night at Dwyer Stadium. But as for this one here at Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park, it's Batavia 15, Jamestown 2. This is Austin Mendy signing off and wishing you a good night from Jamestown, New York. See you tomorrow.